I'm Patrick Lancaster. Right now we've got an interesting story from the Ukraine war front line. In the city of Volchansk in the Kharkov district, which has been under intense fighting for quite a long time and is basically a ruin of a city. Everything destroyed, as you can see. But as Russian forces are combing through the destruction, looking for leftover Ukrainian soldiers to eliminate, they came across kind of a light, a family still living that was happy, purportedly, to see the Russian drone and started communicating. And we're gonna have a look at this video. I'm going to give you a little reaction for it, and you comment below what you think. Now let's get into it. And we can see the man there notices the drone, the Russian drone, ran by a Russian operator, actively live seeing that. He starts putting up notes. Didn't catch what the first one was. I think the back of that says help, if I'm not mistaken. And he says we're 5 people. So it's a family, saying something about writing. And the drone operator appears to be answering yes. So I guess they're maybe trying to ask for help, and the Russian operator is saying, yes, we're going to help. Kaza? So he's saying goat? Something about a goat? Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. But it looks like the family's pretty excited to see this Russian drone operator. Or at least the drone that's being operated by the operator. So, right, we want to go with you, or something like that, I believe. And then the operator's again saying yes. So they're wanting to be evacuated, is what they're trying to tell the drone operator, in this sea of destruction in this city. And they had to be there for so long under the fighting. Okay, so the drone operator is giving them something. Or are they giving him something? Oh no, he gave them water or food or something like that, I guess. It's nice to see something dropped from a drone that's not going to explode. Ah, okay. So there was another letter saying, we're going to get you out. I'm sure that's what it is. Look at the kid. We're going to get you out. We're going to evacuate you. I didn't quite catch that, but candy bars. They gave the kid candy bars. Nice. It's nice to see candy bars drop from a drone rather than grenades. And here, in this other drone video, we can actually see the beginning and the process of the Russian forces evacuating this family, or what appears to be this family. They're not all 5 there, but we see one soldier in front of the husband, wife, and child, the 3 that we saw in the video. But he did say there was 5 people, so maybe it was grandparents or something. But they're running because they don't want to get hit by a Ukrainian drone. But they're being covered by the Russian drones. As much as that can help in times like this, it's hard to say. But we just see the destruction, pure destruction. I mean, look at that. Just nothing left of the city. And how did they last that long? Make it through. Imagine how they're going to feel once they get past this hard part. This is the hard part, where you're under a drone attack. I mean, even if there's no drones above, at any time, lights out from the drones. Just constant. So it's nice to see something like this, kind of a good story, a heartfelt story on the front line. People making it out, people living. Because sometimes when you're on the front, all you see is destruction. But every once in a while, you get this little light flash of hope. A young family and a child making it out alive. And as we were trying to get this video out, get it together to bring you the real information from the ground, there was an additional video released where this family, or at least a large part of it, gave their recount of what actually happened and how it happened. So we're going to have a look at that, see what they have to say, give you my 2 cents on it. I haven't watched it yet, but it should be pretty interesting. So we got quite a block. Them realizing they have a Russian drone coming to help them, to Russian soldiers coming to help them, to the walkout, and then once they're out of danger, what their opinions are and recounts of the situation are now that they're in Russia with Russian forces. Let's have a look.
Именно от ВСУ никакой помощи.
So they're saying they got no help from the Ukrainian forces.
Кроме того, что они там могли периодически зайти, покушать.
Первоначально нам начали скидывать в бутылках пол-литровых конфеты. И записки «Не бойтесь русского солдата», все это съедобно. Да.
И мы начали...
Okay, then they go on talking about the saying that the Ukrainian forces came to ask for something to eat, and then they talk about how the Russian drone was dropping candy and notes. Okay, this is what we saw earlier.
Но после этих сбросов начали приходить к нам ВСУшники. И вот мы заметили сбросы, вот начали нас так.
Крепко.
Да.
Okay, so they're saying the AFU, the Armed Forces Ukraine, saw they were getting deliveries from a Russian drone and began, in their words, dealing with them harshly.
Получается, мы подошли уже домой, нас встретили ВСУшники, сказали, если еще раз придете сюда,
мы увидим
вас,
вы не даете.
Вы не даете вас.
И Кирюха написала ему тогда.
Спасибо.
Okay, so when it appears they're saying when they were leaving, the Ukrainian forces said if you come back, you won't leave again, threatening to kill them. Apparently, I believe that's what they're saying. And, you've got some translation here on the screen. I wouldn't say the best translation, but a good attempt.
По сердечкам. И тогда он прислал нам записку. Первая записка такая была.
Okay, so he's saying when they got their first delivery, she wrote thank you to the Russian drone, and then that's when they got their first note after that saying don't be afraid.
Мы вас вытянем, помор. Помор нас вытянул. Это наш ангел-хранитель. Реально, он нас вытянул.
Последние месяца 3 он нам скидывал медикаменты, нам пацаны помогали. Они скидывали нам конфеты.
Все, что можно, вот поддержка была именно от него. Он просто красавчик.
Вот он помог нам. Вывести нас.
Операция по выводу была под его контролем. Она прилетала в дом, прилетала. Везде прилетало. Сбросов миллион. Видно, там есть видео тоже у нас. Там, да, сгорел сарай. Вот крайние прилеты были, как раз русский дрон прилетел с запиской. В записке было написано, что мы вам завтра скинем рацию и все. И получается, и там тоже передачка от наших умоилов, как записка. И в этот момент прилетел FPV-дрон, практически там, где мы стояли. Тесть был немножко, он успел убежать за гараж, так, спрятался. А я забежал в дом. И получилось так, что я услышал, что дрон упал. Я думал, не взорвался. Свистит, гудит и все. А потом уже начал выходить на крыльцо, взрыв, меня вкинуло в дом обратно. Я, вышли, все, потушили мы машину, потушили там.
Okay, so we just saw, wow. All right, so they were first explaining how the help and everything, and they were so happy they were going to get evacuated. But then he's actually explaining what happened as they've got the video. So the Russian drone is overhead helping them, doing notes, giving candy, whatever for the kids. And then a Ukrainian drone comes, and we see that actually pass the screen and impact while they're receiving help. So the Ukrainian forces saw that they were receiving help from a Russian drone, like they said, and they attacked them during one of these deliveries.
Через реку тоже с опаской. Потому что мы думали, я думал, информации же нет никакой. Я не знаю, кто это, русские это или не русские.
Я подхожу, спрашиваю, типа, русские? Он такой, ну да.
She's asking to see his uniform to ensure that he's Russian. Because these waiters, families that waited past the evacuation of Ukrainian territory in the Ukrainian evacuation order, wait for Russians. The Ukrainians call them waiters. I've shown you a report with my mother-in-law that did the same thing. They wait for Russian forces to come because they don't want to live under Ukrainian control. And the Ukrainians hate them for this and do horrible things. We've had reports of Ukrainians coming, acting like they're Russians, and then executing civilians and other just really horrible war crimes. So that's why they're trying to make sure this soldier in front of them is the Russian soldier that promised to evacuate them, and not some Ukrainian soldier that wants to kill them because they were waiting for Russians.
Я говорю,
Форму покажи.
форму покажи, форму покажи. Он такой, видите, думаю, я не могу светить на рацию вот так вот, чуть-чуть пересветила и вижу пиксели. Я кричу своим, все, власти из-под плиты, наши тут.
Say, our people, even though this is Volchansk, this is a territory that is considered Ukraine, part of Ukraine as far as Ukrainian law, Western law, but these people wanted Russia. Just going to point it out. So here's a Russian soldier. We were scouting the territory. Okay, let's. I guess this gives the Russian version.
Видели такой более живой дом, спустились пониже посмотреть. Вышел ребенок с семьей, с мамой, папой, с запиской «Мы мирные жители». Ну, и на записке было написано «Нет оружия, нету украинских военнослужащих». После этого началось наше общение через записки. Мы им скидывали и также прилетали, подцепляли. Ну, выяснили, что маленький ребенок, есть родственники в России у них. Как бы скидывали им еду, ну, сладенькое так в основном было, чтобы ребенка порадовали, скинули посылку, попросили связаться с родственниками, мы передали нашему начальству, через 2 дня отдали ответ. Ну, во время эвакуации ранним утром, как бы в туман, начали действовать.
Okay, now that's important. They started the evacuation, as we saw in the video, when there was a lot of fog and you couldn't see much. That's because in war now, on the front line with this new-aged war, the worse the weather, as far as fog and overcast, rain and things like this, the better chance you have to survive if you're having to transit. Because, for one, in fog and heavy cover, drones can't see unless they're very low. And so if they can't see you, they can't attack you and explode on you as a kamikaze. And with rain, they can't fly in the rain most of the time. So this is what he's saying there. Bad weather is good weather. It's living weather.
Был хороший туман, но как бы видно плохо очень Мавикус на него. Ну, и поэтому самое безопасное время. Раннее утро, серенькая зона, как мы ее называем. Туманчик. Ну, и вот решили как бы действовать. Все хорошо, что прошло все гладко. Все получилось.
All right. So this is a look into the situation in Volchansk, or the way it was when they were evacuated, I believe days ago. City utterly destroyed in the fighting. No, but again, a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, a little bit of humanity in war, not just bodies and flesh and brains all over the place, but a little bit of life and living, a child getting out of the war, a family making it alive and whole. So I hope you got something out of this. Please like, share, comment what you thought, what else you want to see. Let me know what you think about the situation. What else you want to see, how I'm doing with my work. What's your opinions? What else you want to see? And of course, soon I'm going back to the front line. But for now, I'm doing this different format, bring you additional information you're not going to see in other places. And yeah, so we're going to keep on trucking and bring you all everything we can here in the ground. Remember, I'm an independent crowdfunding journalist. You support my work with the link on the screen or in the description.